When playing on the court with a guy like Jokic, you're bound to receive one of these flashy passes that you didn't even think was coming your way. Rather it be a simple no-look across the court, one of these needle-threading passes to a cutter, or a fantastic full-court Hail Mary like a quarterback. At any time, Jokic is able to make these passes, and it's quite hard to predict when he will do so. Dishing out nearly 9 assists per game, it's easy for people to look at the base numbers and say, that's pretty normal Jokic numbers, nothing too special. But when you really look a little deeper at the numbers, Jokic dishes out 15 potential assists per game and creates 23 points off his assists. So if you combine that with his own contribution of 23 points per game, Jokic accounts for 46 points to the Denver Nuggets' 115 points per game, which is a pretty hefty amount. You pretty much have no leeway to let Jokic get out of your sight, as he is a threat 90 feet from the basket, and once the ball touches his hands off the rebound, Jokic is susceptible of making your defense pay if they aren't hustling back. Making it look easy, Jokic just tips his rebound right to himself, controlling it with one hand, and then just barely flicks his wrist to send this flying down the court to Bruce Brown for the easy layup. These outlets are real point guard like, and it's special how Jokic just finds his target in such a quick fashion, getting it up the floor for easy buckets. The Denver Nuggets are 7th in the NBA in fast break points at 15 a game, and when they have that home court advantage, it jumps up drastically to the #1 ranking at 20 points per game. So just by watching how quickly Jokic gets it up the court to go score at the other end, you can attribute a lot of these fast break conversions to his great outlet passing. Even if Jokic wants to clear it out before immediately passing up the floor, he could take a couple dribbles, then dish out one of these icy bounce passes down the floor for warm-up layups. Just knowing how quick Jokic can turn around and fling a pass down the court for a touchdown, you definitely don't want to be caught lacking and be a victim to one of these Hail Marys, so you need to sprint 100 miles per hour down the floor to take away this opportunity. But once you do stop this pass and think you're in good shape, well, now your job has just now really started on the defensive side. It's easy for teammates to work off the gravity that Jokic has in the half court, as defenders' attention is more centralized on him, so they can cut to the basket from any angle and Jokic will put it right on the money. Now it can be passes as simple as Jokic lobbing it up to Gordon off a back screen to slam it home, or it can be a pass that comes off the attack, as here we see Jokic gets forced deep baseline and he just no looks it, which sells it to the wing defender, which makes him run out to KCP, and it's just an easy dunk for MPJ. As long as you're moving around the floor, you'll usually exploit a gap in the defense, and with Jokic having a pass first nature, his eyes are constantly scanning the floor for the next open man to get it to. After receiving the ball from Gordon here, Jokic immediately turns across court, and as this happens, Murray splits right through the defense and it's just a lob over the top to connect for a Murray layup. Jokic is quick with these decisions and doesn't telegraph the pass, so it's hard for the defense to really get ready for it, and it's not just these backdoor cuts where Jokic can find the openings, but if you're caught sleeping anywhere on the floor, Jokic will catch you off guard by zipping it right past your face across the court for a great look at the basket. Against LA, most people would think this pass is going to MPJ on the cut, but right as Beverly hits the paint, Jokic whips it across court for the KCP 3. Then when battling against OKC, Dort slides down to take away Gordon on the cut, and as Pokusevski stays in the paint as well, once Jokic turns around he notices this and zips it to Murray on the opposite 3-point line for the easy practice jumper. These types of reads are constantly available for Jokic as doubles come his way very frequently, and since the defense has to rotate, it leaves someone open and Jokic is great at diming them up. Whether it's in the half court or the full court, Jokic can dissect the defense in a genius manner, unlike most big men, and just make opposing teams look clueless. From these great dump offs to the sleek bounce passing, Jokic has many ways to get the offense going and is probably one of the best big men a guard could have on his team to work directly off of. You can see this benefit Jamal Murray greatly, as him and Jokic can run these handoff screen actions to open up tons of looks at the rim for Murray, and this leads to them having a 61 true shooting percentage when on the court together and an offensive rating of 121 points this season. With Murray having the ability to score at all 3 levels, it makes him a threat coming off these screens, and defenders don't want to leave Jokic open either, so it makes for a tough time for the defense. Even when Murray doesn't score off these screens, watch how these two affect the entire offense with their action. As Murray comes off the screen, he gets Brown trailing him and Al Horford stuck in the paint, so he kicks it out to Jokic, and now the smaller Brown is switched out onto him. So then Jokic drops to the lane, gets Horford to commit, and Grant Williams doesn't want to give up the wide open Murray 3, so Jokic drops his bounce pass right to Gordon on the back door for the two-handed slam. Coming off this handoff, Beverly is chasing Murray as he attacks downhill aggressively, attracting AD, and then he swings it right back out to a wide open Jokic, which forces Walker to rotate over, opening up this KCP money ball from deep. The two-man game between these two is truly special, and it opens up more opportunities for the team and also themselves. Jokic has the knack to just want to put his teammates in better position to score, and you notice this with these eye-catching passes he throws on a nightly basis. When on the floor, Jokic just elevates this team to a whole nother level as they shoot significantly better at a 63% true shooting percentage compared to 54% without, 22 assists thrown when he's out there to then just 8 when he's not, and then Jokic has the highest offensive rating in the entire league at 123 points per game. You can't deny his greatness when it comes to facilitating and playmaking on the offensive end, but that's not where it stops for Jokic. This season, his scoring from the inside is delicate, and he's looking mighty comfortable from that mid-range area as well. This back-to-the-basket playstyle Jokic plays with isn't the most sought after in today's league, but Jokic constantly reminds everyone just how effective it can be. He can face up, put it on the deck a couple times and then go finish at the basket, put defenders in the post and then use the footwork to get around them to convert easy layups, and he can also drop in these soft floaters over the top of the defense, being very unbothered. This leads to Jokic converting 69% of his shots in the restricted area in the paint combined, so you don't want to let Jokic catch fire from this area or it'll be a long day for you on the defensive side. This hot start from the inside is pouring right out into his shooting, and Jokic is draining 70% of his 20 field goal attempts from the mid-range area. Although things might look quote-unquote normal, Nikola Jokic is still dominating the game in a high fashion, showing off his elite level IQ. The Denver Nuggets have many weapons over there to help this team succeed, and with Jokic at the forefront of this charge, there's no reason this team can't have a good season. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like before you head over to watch this Boston Celtics team breakdown. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.